This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A-game to the table. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Who's gonna make a move? No good up high. Trips them up. Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super art gauge. Gaining the meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Condor Wind is fully stocked now. Lily's neutral game is now even more dangerous. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. In a dire situation, the KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Jumps up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Finds the target. Life lead is there, but still anyone sets up with the jump in. Dangerous range here. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. They've been keeping a full drive gauge and they're betting it all on the drive rush. They're low on both life and drive gauge right now. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a jump in. The opening on that impact. Will they take it? Was hungry for the grab. Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player 2 with a slight lead. Crowns him from above. What now? Walks on for the throw. Player 1 can't let this simmer. Huge chance after that wall splash. Player 2 has a full drive gauge but is on the brink of death. No way they did that. Condor, there's the burnout. I can't believe it. Player 2 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Ugh, take us. Are you kidding me? Player 1 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to throw but doesn't connect. Handily escapes the throw. These two fighters are perfectly synced. That was a solid anti-air. Counter hit throw there. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Life lead opens up. Going on the offensive? Jumps? You've got to be mindful of replay. Oh! Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They piled up some overdrive cannon spikes. Jumps in. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Long Quan takes them off their feet. Oh, says no to the impact. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Doesn't miss a beat. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Gets him with a Euro step. Shows the medium kick. Knocks him out of the air. Drops him hard. What are they gonna do? Oh, he's gone critical. What's gonna happen? They gotta go! Flatline zone! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1. Fight!
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Not having the cross-up. Parries the attack. Parrying attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. No good up high. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. A good chance to attack before the opponent's drive gauge recovers. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The jump in is denied. Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart aggressive play there. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage, experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Just goes for it and this for KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Jumps? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Jumps up, lifts them with a wrong pawn. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Hits them with a stopping block. That combo did decent damage. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Quick breather throws in with the Arabella. Super clutch corner switch. Manes Suarez for the long game return. A real test of nerves here. The parry. Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? What are you jumping in for? Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. What an opening statement there. And eats it. Anti-air in the clutch. That's gonna leave him rattled. Clutch cannon spike. Taking chunks out of each other. The low. Oh, here we go. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Low heavy, but no go. Player 2 has got to work some magic with his limited drive. Both sides getting ready. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving. What? Will they gamble the brain on this fighter to fish for the counter, and that's it. They are done. Player 1 is going to be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
Round 1. Fight!
Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Connects with the throw. From upstairs. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Throws them. What's next? Taking stock. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive. KO! Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps in. Can't tech the throw. Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Both fighters have plenty of drive to work with, but how they make their approach will be key. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. One mistake here is all that's needed. Hit them with a stop and pop. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with the charges forward. Knocked them out of the air. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Barely blocks the jumping. Throws them from above. Okay, here we go. Doesn't attempt to throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Breaks the block with a throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. What's next? Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Curls them from above. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Finn. Player 1 on the left. This may turn into a big chance. Player 2 is in a very you're grounded. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak. All right, first round. What's going to happen? That overhead was a bit obvious. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. The move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. Solid combo. Decides to meet them in the air. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Anti-air drops them. Slices the ankles. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge is looking bad. What'll they do now? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. Knocked them out of the air. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Finn. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Crowns them from above. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Solid anti-air. The pressure must catch them on the toe. What a finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round 1. Fight.
Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Grabs him. Closes the gap for the grab. Still slugging it out here. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. What a finish. Great meat on the life gauge there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Charges forward. Blocks the overhead. They can't squander this punish counter chance. What'll happen here? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Picks up and sliding in. Player one is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Slight lead is there, but still anyone's game. Wraps it up with a throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Low heavy. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the low. Ooh, what a smart throw. And eats it. Dangerous range here. Grounds him from above. Will this super art do anything? Oh, yo! Raw super here? Watch cannon spike. What's next? Are they going to be able to come this and lead to some big damage? Going in! Anti-air in the clutch! Player one is in a very good spot. Knocked him out of the air. Closes it out! Player one comes out on top of that fierce battle! Talk about a show. That match had it all.
Round one. Fight.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Rushes that off and keeps going. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Throws them to negate the block. Heading into the end game now. Goes for the super art. Knockdown. Player one can't use any more drive without burning out. Ah, burnout activates. Player one needs to KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Not having the cross up. The throw misses. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player one hits him with a stopping box. Lifts him with a wrong pawn. Looking for a chance. Hits with the overhead. Blocks it. Shows the medium kick. Breaks the block with a throw. Knockdown and goes in with the arabesque. The super doesn't hit. Throw leaves him wide, charges forward. Throws him. Both fighters planning something? Noticeable comes in hot. Excellent flatlines him. Player one.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Beginning operation.
My pleasure.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player two chases them down. Taking stock. Well-timed corner switch. Gets out of the corner. Blocks the low heavy. Brushes off the impact. You can block impact, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. From up above. The fight is KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets a risky buff in. Did well to get the buff in there. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Bumps up. Very solid tomahawk buster. Player two holding on to that. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Both fighters plan KO. Player two took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. A brave forward jump there to start. That was a solid anti-air. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Does a good job of pushing back. Uses the experiencing burnout. Takes a trip. Oh, talk about overextending. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do pay. Oh. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The throw misses. Still very early in the round. Keeping track of the opponent's movements. Waiting for a good opening. Denies the jump in. Oh, there hits him with a stop and pop. Swoops in with the dive. Blocks it. Experiencing burnout. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Jumps in. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Hooks him. This is going to deal some big damage. Low heavy KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. The last round. It's now or never. Manages to block the jump-in attack. We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Both players look for something to work. Charges forward. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Excellent block. Fire. Both sides. Sets up with the jump in. A jump. Will this super art do anything? Ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? These guys are not giving each other any time to breathe. Player one has the super gauge advantage. Nothing stops this train. Fire coming through. This is gonna hurt. Player one, are you kidding me? Player one comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Dashes forward. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Reads gets him. Player two sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Steps back to start things off. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The Condor win added a bit of juice to that attack. This may be it. Steals back a chance. Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player experiencing burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. Player got him up against the wall, and the sun is there. Good instinct to spend resource distantly to some big damage. A real test of nerves here. KO. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Showtime. Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Checks with a projectile. The low heavy hit. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Gets the crossover. What is he thinking? Player one has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown. Long low attack hits. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Life lead opens up. One combo. Jackknife maximum KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Hits them with a stop and bomb. Shows the medium kick. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive up. Player two can't let this simmer. They got it stuck. The drive impact doesn't work. Close range projectile. Anti-air in the clutch. Experiencing burnout. Dangerous range here. Barely big time whip. These fighters are swinging. The low kick hits. What a finish. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Taking stock. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Takes a trip. Very solid tomahawk button. Player two has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go. Just go for it at this range. In there. Player two wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Round two. Fight.
With anti-air in the clutch. This round is so important. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Oh, says no to the impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can burnout activates? Player two will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player two in dire straits with burnout. One up drive runs to keep it going. This can lead to some big damage. Life lead is there, but good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Fires off an air blaster. Meets them air to air. Excellent block. Cleared for landing. Player one managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Condor wind is helping them start a storm. Player one needs to take advantage of this gauge despair. Impact squat. Dives in. Player two can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. Maximum strip burns out. Player one is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Wins it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Noticeable life lead. Is the comeback still possible? Looking for a hole. Somehow manages to block the jump in. A jump in sets up with the jump in. He didn't take the throw. Player two has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Clutch anti-air. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Oh yeah! Coming up a beatdown. Player two needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Knockdown. Player two can't let their drive gauge. They need to find a way to reset the situation. What's their game plan? It takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Well-timed corner switch. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with Fireball. Projectile to try and change the situation. Low heavy for the win. Player one hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? The Condor wind added a bit of juice to that attack. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player one has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Air Slasher springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Rips the Slasher out. Medium kick hit. Very solid Tomahawk Buster. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can... Oh no, they're stunned. Player two is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. The corner throw ends it. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Showtime, baby!
Give me your best shot!
Round 1. Fight!
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. This is going, they're dead. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side flip. Jumps? Both fighters plant jackknife maximum cut clean through them. Both fighters read the jump in perfectly. Going in? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Life lead is raw critical. What's gonna happen? Hit them with a quick low kick.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Showtime, baby!
Round 1. Fight!
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Puts one in the pocket. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Decent damage. What's next? Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. The impact gets blocked. Forcefully closes the gap. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Okay, creating some space here. Knockdown. Puts one in the pocket. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Holds out with a block. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. Experiencing burnout. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Takes the chance to hurt him. Overdrive jackknife. Player 1 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Time to reassess the situation. There's a change of sides. Steals back a chance. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it, that brushes that off and keeps going. Burnout activates. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Looking for a chance. Solid anti-air. Taps into the feng shui engine. What's next? This is gonna hurt. Player 1 can't use any drive group. Gotta play it safe. This is a critical moment. Wow, reads just what they were after. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Starts anti-air in the cut. Who will come out on top? Drops him hard. Player 1, perfect execution with the anti-air. They just said, get that jumping out of here. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Player 2 needs to wait this out. What's next? Keeps him out. All in with a rush. Nice air slasher. Both while they're blinking. Noticeable life lead is a comeback drive rush. Player 1 is in a very good stance the meter and breaks the seal. Time for shenanigans. Dangerous range here. Do they have what it takes to steal the round here? They're recovered. This is overhead. Whoa, geez, right? Are you kidding me? Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. And whiffs. They're wide open. Puts that off and keeps going. Gets a risky push in. corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Well-timed corner switch. In a dire KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Takeout. Impact's a no-go. Rips the slasher out. Gets the jump in. Did well to get the buff in there. Nails the anti-air. Quick breather. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Now that's how you use an impact. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. KO! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Breaks the block with a throw. Air slasher. Gets a risky punch in. Scraps, brushes that off, and keeps going. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the weekend. Time to pump out. Get your plates ready. Damage is on the menu. What's next? Player 2 walls flat into the charge frame. Player 2 slashes them with a check knife. Amazing. The low kick hits. Counter hit lands. I can't believe it. Turns out. They think this time to put this out. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it.
Such a lovely face.
Are you kidding me? Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Here comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Fight with all your heart.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
I have you.
Starts with a jump in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Limited resources at hand right now. All right, what's coming up next? Takes the chance to hurt him. KO. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Decides to puff up while they can. Throws them to negate the block. Hits them with a stopping block. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. A quick breather. Grabs them. That throw will do some good damage. Medium kick hits. Switches it up. Risky up-close scrap still going. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Brushes that off and keeps going. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Jump! Oh, engine's cranked. This could be trouble. What'll happen here? A jump in? Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Holy! A daring impact to wrap up the round. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? To fold it up like a cheap suit.
Straight greens.
Jumps. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Jump drops him hard. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. Rails them with the gladiator. All the throw connects. What's next? Tap into the feng shui engine. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Turns out. Going in. Escape denied! Piles on the corner pressure! Pumps the brakes on the impact! They are done! Player one was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win!
Round one.
It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Blocks it! Hits him with a stop and pop! The impact doesn't do anything! You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Opts for the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Oh! Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? All right, what's coming up next? The jump in is denied. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead opens up. Gets him. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Flies in with a lands a punish counter for the first hit. Solid combo. Okay, they trade hits. Player 2 blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Forcing them to block the drive impact near the corner is a very smart play on their part. Cool, and hits them with a stop and pop. Risky up-close scrap still going. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished.
That felt good, didn't it?
There it is. They knew it'd be enough. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? A jump. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh, what's this? Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impact. Genius read with that throw escape. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. Side switch. Both sides getting ready. Solid anti-air. Excellent block. What are they gonna do? They've got about half life left. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. Low heavy. Anti-air in the clutch. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Keeps them out. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Jump. Medium kick. They are done. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Player 2 needs to use the front of the corner here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Takes the check with a super art connect. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. This is the range where things get messy. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Long, low attack hits. Decides to meet them in the air. Good judgment there. Jump. Brushes that off and keeps going. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player triggers the feng shui engine. The real jury's coming out to play. Life lead is the KO. Player 2.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. An aggressive attack. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Knockdown. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. That drive impact doesn't get through. In a dire, experiencing burnout. Saihasho? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. A quick breather. Saihasho to start something. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Butt smash! The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 1 will look to apply. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Forcing them to block the drive impact near the corner is a very smart play on their part. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Their will to win is really being tested here. Jumps in. Blocks the impact. Perfect KO. They were in full control there. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Blocks the overhead. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Both fighters are raring to go. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Their spacing is so connects with the throw. Player 1 needs to draw super hard incoming. What were they thinking? Slaps him. Scrambling here to avoid that corner. Amazing. Scuffle. Jump knocked him out of the air. Player 1 impact squash. A jump. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Jump! Burns out! Both sides getting solid anti-air. Player reads the jump in perfectly. Getting up close and personal. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it.
Such a lovely face.
Are you kidding me? Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like the drive impact doesn't work. Underhand slap. Throws them to negate the block. Steps in for the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips them up. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes a trip. Had the radar up and running. Down to the wire. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Anything off the smash? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? The jump in is denied. Brushes that off and keeps going. Good old slash. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Ultimate killer head wrap. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation. Perfect parry. How will they follow up? Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Ups the damage on that. Cross-up attack in there. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Player 1 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. Now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Down to the wire. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Taking stock. This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Butt smash. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Was looking for that jump attack. Goes to the overdrive. Oh, easy tech. That tech's what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout. Charges forward. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Sumo head feng shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Knockdown and... Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter. Drops him hard. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Looking for a hole. What a read with that outside air. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Give me a little bit more.
Fight round. Fight.
Knocked him out of the air. Who reads the throw and escapes? Ooh, does him dirty. Nails it. Hits the drive. Hits him with a stop and pop. Pulls up a bump. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Player 2, all the throw connects. Player 1, gotta do better than that. And eats it. What a finish. Player 2 is a...
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
Step into the round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Gets a good read on their opponent. Gets through the opening. The super armor does its job. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? All right, what's coming up next? This is a tough spot. Life lead opens up. Decides to meet them in the air. Recovers KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jumping. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Nails the anti-air. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Charges forward. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Time to reassess. The drive impact doesn't work. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Shows a medium kick, drops him hard. Here comes the corner pressure. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What wall flat into the guard? Flatline kill. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Opens with a jump in. They were waiting for it. Going on the offensive. Sets up with the jump in. Player 2, nothing stops this train. Underhand. Big time whip. Connects with the throw. There's a drive impact. Here comes a big combo. Tap into the feng shui engine. Player 1 walls flat into the guard frame. More fuel for the fire. Cook them up. Will this be enough to kill? Ooh, we're not done here. This is overhead. It is over. Player 1 straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps. Picks up the counter. Just hits him with a stop and block. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. What's the play here? Lots of aggression from both sides. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Down to the wire. Beautiful setup with that attack. Good old slap. Both fighters are barely alive. Knockdown. That's a counter. One KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants and charges forward. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical here. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Risky up-close scrap still going. Flies in with a headbutt. Good old slash. Are we KO? Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked